Rugby Challenge finally kicks up a gear as we head into the semi-finals of season number 2. Only 4 teams remain and they'll be going head-to-head over the next couple of episodes. The Flakers, the Guardians, the All Flakes and the Celtic Dragons all set for semi-final action. Today's game in semi-final number 1 will be the Corn Flakers hosting the Guardians of the Crib. Hello everyone and welcome on to Cornflakes Crib, your home of Rugby Challenge 3 and the subscriber series, the Global Rugby Challenge, where you guys take the field against the world's elite. Today and next couple of episodes, the finals of the season will be you guys up against each other as only the 4 subscriber sides remain in the competition. Now before we look at the 2 sides lining up for today's semi-final action, I'd like to take this moment first and foremost to let you all know that the big grand final will be using the new Premier feature. So what does that mean for you if you're unfamiliar with what it is? Well, it's pretty simple. The Premier feature now available on YouTube means that you guys can go and see the video page for the big final anytime between right now and when the big dance kicks off. Now when does that big dance kick off, you may ask? It will be on November the 3rd at 7:35 New Zealand time. If you're unfamiliar with what time that will be, just think of when an All Blacks home match would start. You can always use the time converters as well to get the gauge on when to turn up. The link will be in the description below. You can click on that right now and you can go and chat with other players and other viewers about the big match before even knowing who is going to make it there. The page is up, the page is ready. You can go there now, check it out, have a bit of a banter with the other players around and have your say before the big grand final kicks off on Saturday. That is the 3rd of November. Of course, with that being scheduled so nicely, I'll be there as well to have a bit of a chat throughout the grand final with you guys. So make sure to get your thoughts in before kickoff. The page will be there all week long from now until kickoff. So go there, have a chat. I'll be there for the big kickoff as well. So make sure you get there and have a chat with me during the matchup. Now, semi-final time, let's get into it. The Corn Flakers, the home team, the minor premiers, you can call them, they finished top spot of the regular season, a mighty 5 points above the other 3 subscriber sides, I might add as well. 47 points in total. They had the week off in quarter-final time where 2 of the other 4 sides had to play a matchup. They're really the big-time favourites at this stage still of the competition. This is also a replay of the Season 1 Grand Final that the Flakers took out in dramatic fashion. They'll be hoping for a repeat of that to make their way into their 2nd consecutive Grand Final. A 10-win, only 1 loss record, which was to the Celtic Dragons, sees them go into these playoff games with a big target firmly on their back. Their starting lineup will be as followed. It's about as strong as I think these Flakers can get. Front row, Peter Matthews, James Hudson and Lucas Barrett. Into the second row, these guys have been standouts all season. Gilbert Sanchez and John Joseph. A big back row full of ability to score tries and break tackles. Connor Nicholson, Francois Valentine and Nanook Isi lining up at number 8. It's electric at the back of that pack with Jim Gino starting at scrum half and the Mr. Consistent Owen Richards starting at 10. There's brains and ability in the centres with Pierre Valentine and Joshua Moret in the midfield. It is a combination of stability and X-Factor on the rings with Andre Miller on the left side and Michael Guerin on the right. Thomas Barkley will line up at fullback, the number 15 jumper for the Flakers as they once again look to book their place in both subscriber series finals to date. Trying to stop them to do that will be the Guardians of the Crib. They failed in Season 1 and they will be out for revenge in Season number 2. Now these guys had to go through the quarter-final stage, which was only a bit of formality for them as they thrashed the Crusaders 49 points to 7. The regular season finished in a bit of disappointment, one could say, finishing on equal points with both the Dragons and the All Flakes, but somehow ending up in that 4th position. They had to go through the quarter-final, which will put them in good fitness ahead of the semi. But will that week off help or hinder the Flakers? We will find out over the next 80 minutes. Their side for today has had a few tweaks from what they lined up in the quarterfinals, and is as follows. The front row remaining the same. The front row squad has been consistent throughout the season. Luke de Normanville, fantastic all year long. Mike Hunt and Owen Fagan keeping things tight alongside him as well. It is an explosive second row between Jake Waller and Josh Howard, and we all know the back row is a major part of all these four squads. Elliot Malpass at 6, Theo Clark at 7, and the big man Michael Shepherd lining up at number 8. It is the defensive wall at 9. Ken Lynch will start at scrum half with the leading point scorer Don Butler outside him at fly half. We have playmaking plus in the midfield for the Guardians with Simone Dominguez at inside centre and Tom Guest at outside centre. It's power and it's pace. On the wings with Kieran Jones, the big man who had a blockbusting quarter-final, starting on the left-hand side, and Louis Trotman. He's a little man, but boy, is he quick, starting on the right-hand wing. With Fergus Name at fullback, this Guardian side will take a lot of beating to get a place in the final. The two sides have made their way to their positions to start this match off. It'll be the Guardians, of course, in the blue and red up against the home team. The Flakers in the yellow. Don Butler signals from the referee, and we are underway. Semi-final action, number 1, and a big start straight away from Francois Valentine, finding Michael Guerin on the right-hand touchline, who goes for a bit of a scamper before being hammered into touch. It's an early opportunity here for the Guardians to put themselves in a strong position after just a couple of minutes. Mike comes to line out just outside the 22, and he goes to the back. Josh Howard, they throw it out. Butler into the midfield. It's there for Simone Dominguez, who takes contact for the first breakdown of the game. Denorville out wide. Ken Lynch, bit of attack from the scrum half. He sets it up again, just to the left side of the field. Mike Hunt will play scrum half, and he goes open side, and Dominguez changes it back, popping it inside to Jake Waller. And a turnover ball. Well done, Gilbert Sanchez. They quickly shifted the Flakers. It goes out wide to Joshua Barrett. He's getting a bit cornered. Needs some fancy yellow jumpers, and he finds him very quickly as well. Alicino goes short. John Joseph outside to James Hudson. Gets the ball outside. Owen Richards, first try, and coming for the home team. The Flakers hit first. What a counter-attack on the left-hand side. Switching it back very quickly. And in goes Owen Richards as he looks to fight back against the leading point scorer on the opposite side, Don Butler. What an electric burst there from hooker James Hudson. Pulled the defence in and then went out wide to his fly half to get the run home. And look who was there. He was in the breakdown. Owen Richards, extremely well played there, supporting his players in the breakdown, and then quickly flying out to support the ball runner who had broken the line. And he scores the opening try in front of the home fans. They love that start. Not even 10 minutes in yet, and it's 7-0. Flakers lead the Guardians. Of course, grand final in season number 1. This Flakers team, they took the bread home. They want a repeat of that tonight. Don Butler won't be impressed with how his team handled that first opportunity, and it's once again Barrett finding way to Colin Nicholson. They quickly shifted to Alicino, and here's a touch isolated, and a turnover again. Well played by the Guardians, Josh Howard, as they come out to this left-hand side, and Tom Guest does the clever thing. Now they lose to Normanville once more, going to Kieran Jones. No room to start there for the big winger. And he takes it to contact. Theo Clark goes for a bit of run. Great offload from Clark. Gets him behind Josh Howard. And Howard, oh, what an offload! Ridiculous skill from Josh Howard. And the Guardians of the crib hit back instantly. What a comeback try that was. Not going to give in to this top place finishing side. The Guardians hit back with some real skillful play. What a pass out the back of the hand. And in goes Elliot Malpass. Josh Howard, though, take a bow. The second row, we talked about these guys being a bit more quick, a bit more around the field than their Flakers counterparts. But that really was something else. And Elliot Malpass, we've talked on length, week after week, about the importance of the back rows in these sides. Elliot Malpass, Theo Clark, they are definitely a lot more manoeuvrable back rowers. And they've got a great start. Heading back for the Guardians, 7-7 the score now. We thought one side was going to scamper away with this one. You will be sorely mistaken. Very good hit back from the Guardians of the Crib. Owen Richards, all 7 points to his name. He kicks off for the first time. He gets it down to Theo Clark, and a bit of isolation once more. And an easy turnover there for Nanukisi. Out wide, Pierre Valentine. It's an instant strike. Valentine looking inside. Gets the ball play. Connor Nicholson. Can he go in? No, he goes wide. And it's another try. James Hudson this time. Creator to scorer. Hudson gets number 2 for the Flakers. How do you defend that? Someone tell me, please, because I don't know. Great work here, Valentine. And these players all knew they didn't have it. I thought Nicholson would have backed himself to go in there. One player to beat. But look who it was. It was the defensive rock of Season 2, Ken Lynch. And no surprises here. Lynch took him out as well. Size matters for nothing. But the offload was simply outstanding. And in goes Hudson for his first of the night. And what a start to this game we've had. 3 tries, I tell you. 3 tries. We're not even halfway through the first half. Oh, we are exactly halfway through the first half. Owen Richards does not miss him. He clocks up to 9 points already in the match for him. 14-7, the Flakers lead the Guardians. What comes next? Action-packed semi-final rugby in the Global Rugby Challenge. Of course, the Flakers were the victors between these two sides during regular season. The only team they lost to was the Celtic Dragons.
Release.
As the Flakers are pinned down in their own half. They've got away to Richards, who looked to kick, but he's shaped it away nicely to Joshua Brett in the outside centre position, who runs up to the 10-metre line. Not short this time. Joseph does very well. Owen Richards having the game with time. He finds support out there for none other than Lucas Barrett. Trundling away. Pierre Valentine looks to the corner. Valentine dummies. Shows Sean Hudson. Hudson. He's in again. James Hudson. Extraordinary from Pierre Valentine. And the Flakers extend their lead now. 19-7. What is this hooker doing? Lucas Barrett, that was a great run. Valentine up against Ferguson. He dummied, he stepped, he showed all the skills and the wares as he held the ball up for all those yellow jumpers who were storming in behind him. Look at Valentine there. He did so well to keep this ball alive. Ferguson really should have hit him a bit earlier. Second try for James Hudson, third for the Flakers. This has been an extraordinary display in the first half by these two sides who are both desperate to take the win. Here is a great kick from Owen Richards. He adds the extra 2. He's having a great game. Kicked off that break as well, giving to Pierre Valentine, who is having an absolute screamer as well. A lot of Flakers are doing a lot of damage here. Butler kicks us back underway again. Deep on this time into the 22, and then it's the 2-try scorer, Hudson, who gets us back in. Oh, good work from Easy, getting it away to Andre Miller, who once again crushes his way out to the 10-metre line. Back to Owen Richards, who's kicked here. The wind not really a huge factor in this one. Ferguson turns and returns the kick. A nice one as well. Up towards halfway. Quick line out taken. Very well played there from Miller. Is setting it up beautifully. Thomas Barkley on support as well. Shino, great offload. Here's Andre Miller. And behind, wanted to step. And Andre Miller will score. Ferguson has been left rolling in the mud. Andre Miller puts on some spectacular footwork. And the Flakers extend the lead even further. Andre Miller, that stuff is what you keep in your back pocket for playoff games like this. Jim Alexino, spectacular change of directions and a good chase though from Louis Trotman. Thought he might have had him. Trotman is a real speedster, but could not quite get the grasp to put him away. That pass, simply outstanding. Big size difference there. The speed, though, was very similar. Andre Miller dots down for another try. That is 4 now for the Flakers, and it looks a long way back for the Guardians. Well, we have had some extraordinary rugby in this first half. 26-7 kick to come, and it is as good as you like from Owen Richards, who is running the show at the moment. 28-7. So we head towards half-time. Boy, oh boy, I think we all need it after this. What a start by the Flakers. Don Butler is normally one to control the side. They are a better second-half team, the Guardians. You can probably not discount that. It's a good take from Lucas Barrett. And the team of 2 sets of brothers, the Valentine brothers and the Barrett brothers, doing the job at the moment. It's Jermaine Gino, electric from the baselines. One of the brothers, Pierre Valentine, who once again links through. Oh, he gets away to Joshua Barrett. Well, there's one each of the forwards and one each of the backs, and they play like they are brothers of brothers. Here's Pierre Valentine again. Turnover! Luke Delomerville does well, and if anything, they need a try with a break here. The Guardians with the ball trickles into touch of the boot of Fergus Lamb. And there's one team high on confidence heading to the halftime sheds. It is the Flakers doing it very easily at the moment against the Guardians, shutting them out 28-7. They've had very little ball and a good slice of territory, but not enough. 29% of the ball is not enough to really storm against what these Flakers are offering. Both sides, though, looking electric. 7 line breaks to 1. The Guardians need some hell of a second half if they're going to get back into this match. Owen Richards has been phenomenal. If these boys get to the final, there is some definite paperwork to be done. Oh, big high tackle from Nanukisi, and will we see a changing of momentum now? Referee keeps his hands out of his pocket on this instance. With the big number 8, knows heavily his way to the try line. Of course, the Celtic Dragons and the All Flakes doing battle next episode for the other place in the final. Looks like at this stage they will be facing the Flakers, but there's still a long way to go. Good kick from Butler. And now Hunt will throw just over halfway. So in the Flakers side, and Lynch goes back to Butler. Quickly shifts it out wide, and it's there for Dominguez, who's kicked it away. Surprising tactic, and easily dealt with at the back from Barkley, who gives it away to Barrett, who hammers this towards the 10-metre line. His own side of halfway. Thomas Barkley being very sound at fullback for the Flakers. They are overwhelmed with options in those positions. It's a line out for the Guardians here, and they go 5-man to the front, and it is Jake Waller who pulls it in. Butler out wide for Guest, and they keep shifting it nicely here. And a good run away. This is good from Dominguez. Try to keep it alive. Here's a pick and go from Michael Shepherd. Decides to go out wide to Hunt. Oh! Hunt is picked up and he's stumped down and he's all wrapped up from the Flakers defenders. His support went wide, thinking he was going to keep it alive, but he was shut down by a big body check tackle. And that has really killed the momentum of the Guardians, who need to score, and they need to score fast. Owen Richards goes to the sidelines yet again. The big thumper of a kick. James Hudson, 2 tries to his name, and he's trying to the line out. 5-man line out as well. Sanchez Joseph against Waller and Howard. He goes to the back, and John Joseph is as sound as you like. Here he is, Owen Richards. Offloading Burley. It's who else but Lucas Barrett running to the corner. Great offload to Andre Miller. Shut down this time. You've got to say the Flakers very quick to the breakdowns. And a great piece of defensive play there from Luke Delomerville. Flopping on that, a little grubber kick through, and shutting that play down very, very quickly. Don Butler on the 22, he opts to go short and gives the ball straight away to the Flakers. And here's a 2-try scorer, James Hudson. Nanukisi looking to inject himself up their leaderboard, but it's again Andre Miller, inside ball, easy as you like. It's going to be another try here. Matthews goes to Pierre Valentine, who is all over everything, and this time he is wrapped up. Normally, a master at keeping the ball alive. That time, he was a bit isolated, and the Guardians took full toll. But as we hit the hour mark, it is still 28-7. The Guardians definitely a lot better value for their dollar at the moment. In the second half, it's still 0-0, but the first half lead is by far keeping them in control. Michael Guerin, first time we said his name, not able to keep that ball in the field of play. Mike Hunt, throwing again, five-man line, just taking it the back. Well done to Josh Howard, and he's held up as the Guardians look to attack. Butler, Shepherd, now they look wide, very well too. Gets keeping open for Louis Trotman. Here's a bit electric. Trotman looking to go past, but a good tackle at the back there from Tom Barkley. Recycled though for Hunt. Hunt picks and goes. What a ball out from Hunt, giving it to Owen Fagan, and the big tight end prop trying to go all the way himself. It's still there. Good pick and go from Ken Lynch. Waller out for Hunt, out wide for Trotman. Louis Trotman scores in the tackle of Andre Miller. That was a power game, that one. Miller beat Trotman for pace earlier, which he does not like. This time, Trotman has beaten the much bigger man in Andre Miller for power. How about that? Hunt did well, and he had to score here, Louis Trotman, because he was so isolated. But he did the power game very well. And you've got to commend the likes of Owen Fagan, who were spectacular. Keeping this ball alive was the key. And he just couldn't get a grasp on the little man there, could he, Andre Miller? And he kind of slipped through his grasp with a lack of a better way to describe it. An important try, very important try for the Guardians of the Crib. 15 minutes still to go, 28-12, here's the kick from Butler, needs it and gets it as well, 28-14. The deficit is now just 14 points, 2 more quick tries required by the Guardians if they're going to get back in this game. Full-time draw in a semi-final? Boy, I hope not. That could be a bit awkward. On Richards and the Flakers been a little bit quiet in the second half, but much as we expected earlier on with the way these teams play. A bit of a gap here as Lynch goes out to Hunt. Hunt quickly disposes it out to Kieran Jones, who has had not much work to do. And a chance to show his power going up against Thomas Barkley at the back. He doesn't really take his chance. And the Flakers will throw in through 2 try score. I've said it 100 times. James Hudson still amazing that the hooker has done that sort of work. Owen Richards gets the ball in front of Stephen Nunukisi, doesn't run. Joshua Barrett out to Andre Miller. Once again up against Louis Trotman. Very well played, Louis Trotman. Shuts down Miller this time. Nunukisi going short. John Joseph. You've got to look at Fergus Lamb. He is really working hard at fullback here. Oh, this could be a turnover. No, just about though for the Guardians. Andre Miller again. Trotman says no, not on my watch. They go side to side, looking to keep it short here. Nunukisi looking for another try. He hasn't had one in a while. And they go to the right-hand side. Now they spin it out. Joshua Barrett out to Connor Mickelson. Still got a man with him. It's Michael Guerin. He chooses not to use him. And Pierre Valentine on hand to secure that ball. Giovanni Dino goes short. Gilbert Sanchez, and it's knocked on with a 2-try score at James Hudson. And here we go. It's Fergus Lamb for the Guardians. Out wide. It's here for Luke de Normanville. He could go all the way. Luke de Normanville. Great try. Counter-attack brilliance. But will not be enough for the Guardians of the Crib, who are going to fall 7 possibly points short. What a counter punch from Fergus Lamb. Drew in the defenders and gave it to the loose hit prop. The front row's having fun here, who scampered away from John Joseph. Andre Miller cuts him off, but Luke de Normanville finishes in style. But it will be the same old story between the Guardians and the Flakers. They will be going to their second final, the Flakers. They may have just done enough. We'll see the referee gives us a restart. But in a second half comeback, not quite enough for the Guardians of the Crib. Luke de Normanville, very well played. Butler has come into the match in the second half, but Fergus Lamb sparking it from the back. Brilliant work by him there. Time is ticking. Referee's call. Full-time buzzer goes. It'll be 28-21. Final score will be. The Flakers have booked their place in their second final, and the Guardians are going home. Home ground advantage pulls through for the Corn Flakers. Now they have booked their place to meet either the Celtic Dragons or the All Flags in the Global Rugby Challenge final, coming to you November 3rd at 7:35. Well, you've got to be there, because the Corn Flakers will be there, and their season just continues to impress. 28-21, I was surprised at how it was in the first half. Hudson 2 tries, Richards and Miller with 1 each. Newmanville, Malpass and Trotman 1 each. Butler and Richards both perfect from the team. The Flakers, how did they start so well? That first half set them in Holstead, 0 points in the second, 14-0 it was. And you look at the stats, key stat, 10-5 line breaks. It was 9-1 at halftime. The Guardians come back. They needed another 5 minutes or so to really put that one to bed. The Flakers are going to the final. We have half of the grand final booked for the Global Rugby Challenge. It will be the Corn Flakers versus either the Celtic Dragons or the All Flakes. They meet next episode. That is a home game as well for the Dragons. But remember last time, the final round-robin round, they actually lost 21-14 to the All Flakes. This one is going to decide whether they are the real deal. They beat the Flakers, of course, remember, in regular season. So if they do make it that far, that will be the chance to double their effort. First season champions, it is a distinct possibility here. The All Flakes, of course, did make the final in season 1. They have had a great battle with subscriber sides, winning 2 of their encounters, only losing to the Flakers. And that was a narrow loss to a comeback, disappointing capitulation by the All Flakes, who will definitely want redemption. So there's something riding on this game for both of these sides, now knowing that the Flakers will be their opponents. That one is at Aviva Stadium, of course, for semi-final number 2. Just to confirm, there it is. The Corn Flakers booked their spot in the big dance that is coming. Well, of course, like I said, premiere on YouTube. If you don't know what it is, go have a look. There's plenty of information about them, but pretty much from now, the page for the final, the video page, will be created. It will have a countdown on it, so you know exactly when it is starting. And of course, come that first minute, if you're on the page, it will kick straight into the match, 7:35 New Zealand time. I'll be there to watch it, so make sure you're all there as well, so you can watch the big final with me on the night. If you're unsure when it will be, of course, get your clock conversions out. When the All Blacks normally kick off a home game, for those of you in New Zealand, Australia, South Africa, you'll be pretty familiar with that. That is when this game will be starting. No rugby happening. Everyone's in the Northern Hemisphere, so it's perfect time slot to get the big Global Rugby Challenge final heading your way. So make sure you are there. Link in the description. You can bookmark it now. You can leave it open for the whole week and have a chat with everyone else who is waiting for the grand final. We know the Flakers are there. Who is the other team who will be joining them? Make sure to have your say in that comments section as well, which will be live the whole week until Saturday night, November the 3rd. Thank you all for tuning and watching. Hope you've enjoyed. Commiserations to the Guardians fans out there and players. I hope to see you all there for the final though as well. Cheer on the Flakers possibly. Losing to the winners ultimately still makes you kind of the second best side. But sadly, the Guardian season is done until season number 3, where they will come back again for another attempt to take the big lollipop. Until then, I'll see you all for the Dragons versus the All Flakes. That'll be the next semi-final match coming this week. And then, of course, the big final is the one we are all waiting for. So until then, thank you all for watching so much. Hope you've enjoyed the series. The final will be a slightly longer one as well. So if we get the big comeback like we were today, there might be a bit more time in it for the side. So we're going to go slightly longer halves for the big final. But until then, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know who you thought was a standout here in this game. The final for the Guardians of the Crib. And I'll see you all for semi-final number 2. Until then, of course, as always, take care.